Right. So this is basically what's happened in the most simplistic terms. You were born, right? And when you were born, your mum and dad were tricked into registering you, which is to give away. All right. If to register is to give away, it is literally to give away.
To sign you over.
Yeah, basically, yeah, to give you away.
The father is the informant.
Yeah. So register is a keeper or seller of livestock, and I do believe it's got other meanings too. So that's the first one, but they trick your parents into doing that. And then what they go and do, they being the government and the crown, well, everything kind of goes back to the crown. They decided to start a company in your name, but they haven't started a company and called it Tesco's. They started a company using your name. It's that simple. So, how do you confirm this? Well, in the English language, I always forget the correct reference book, but there's 3 things in the English language, all right? You've got finger spelling, you've got acronyms like LOL, laughing out loud, or AWOL, absent without leave, and that kind of stuff. And the third thing is corporations, companies in capital letters. And you'll note when you go on Companies House, however you do it, capital letters, all right? So now go and look at your birth certificate after 1967. It doesn't affect you. The fraud still at play. It's just an overt way of explaining it. So after 1967, look at your certified copy of entry. What you're going to see is your first name and your middle name, or commonly known as your Christian names, the thing they don't like. And then look at your surname, usually your father's name. But whoever it is, what you'll see is your first and middle name is in lowercase, all right, in English. And then your last name is in capitals. So it's not finger spelling. I'm quietly confident it's not an acronym. And this leaves one other thing, right? A corporation. It's the only thing it can be. Now just think how relevant this is, guys, across the board with every single thing.
Yeah. I mean,
credit card. Who are they chasing? Who's the credit card chasing?
The legal fiction.
Yeah. To be fair, who's your doctor writing to? Do you know what I mean? It's all legal fiction, guys. There's a gap jurisdiction, and this makes it, I think, a bit simpler when it comes to arguing without having to worry about private trust, of which we're all stood in an irrevocable private trust, which has been expressed in a book called Genesis for us. The paperwork's been done. So we're already in a trust. And I think this is where people get a bit confused. Well, not confused, but people do get confused what hat they're wearing. But I'm very much, I got a resistance against all these other jurisdictions that all these other hats we wear, when I believe the most powerful standing is your own standing. We was going to touch on one other little thing, a contentious subject, immigration.
Oh, go on then.
Now, I don't think I'm going to come quite at this angle, which people would expect from me, right? Now, what people need to realise is, and I ain't sticking up for the illegals, but they've been screwed over. You got Sook he's been talking about this quite a bit on his interviews as well. And again, it's all to do with the childhood program and the needs we've got, sexual needs, territorial needs, and all these other needs we've got. So what they've systematically done over the years, they've gone over to these countries. We've liberated them, which means we've gone and created a pretend war over human sacrifice purposes because they're satanic idiots, or to create a distraction to go and steal some artifact which is going to bury history even more, and all this kind of stuff. So we've kind of gone over there thinking we're doing a good job as soldiers and just gone and pissed off all the blokes. Now, those blokes are the ones over here now. It's no coincidence. They don't want to be here. And now they're here. Yeah, some of the stuff they're into is disgusting and wrong. It's essentially, as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like pedophilia. And yeah, it's just wrong what they do on how old they think it's okay to do certain things to children and all this stuff. I'm trying to sort of self-check myself here so you don't get kicked. But you all know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. Now, although it's absolutely not okay on any level to be doing these things, they come over here with their beliefs and what they believe is the okay system to work within from where they've come from. They've been dumped into our jurisdiction the way we work, and it's never going to work. And the powers that be know this, and they're the ones funding this. But this is this is where they're screwing them over because what they're doing there, they're leaning on psychology to drop them in with us, knowing the shit it's going to cause. So they're also being used as well.
Oh, I absolutely believe that they're being used. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to say I absolutely believe that they too are being used, but I still don't know. Aren't they foot soldiers for the UN? Are they
Mate,
really?
yeah, but everyone's been used. But then think about the British soldier. I went and joined up thinking I was doing the right thing for the right reasons. It transpires I was working with the people who were actually harming us. So
Yeah,
you don't,
and
you only know,
I
you
and
don't
I
know
get
what you
and
don't
again
know.
I get that, but it's I suppose it's the way it's being done. Like, and not
Well,
yes,
no, I wouldn't think
we
so.
focus
Maybe
about
it's
the
this.
boat
Same
people,
as
but they're coming in all kinds of different
all
ways.
religions. Listen, all religions are going down their little paths of what they believe is right based on their satanic programming. Because all these religions have been hijacked, and every religion was created as a way of controlling people, right? So all these people were down here. Now it's just psychology.
Mm.
0 to 7, we just absorb information. We've got no beliefs. We just absorb, absorb, absorb. This is why you make of the man between 0 and 7.
Yep.
Right?
Show me
Seven
the
to
boy, and I'll show
14,
you
you
the
start.
man.
Yeah, 7 to 14, you start to get your beliefs, and therefore, as people hold up a truth to you that goes against your belief, you can't see it. And then, kind of 15 up to like 25 is puberty. This is when we get the real hard set beliefs, and there onwards. When we, if you're a BBC lover and you believe that narrative, that's it. You're locked into that is your truth. So then you'll get a crazy conspiracy theorist come along with actual truth, but you can't see it because it goes against your beliefs. And this is obviously the psychology they use against us. What was my point on that? Why have I gone off on that tangent? Yeah, so these people have systematically been done from the day they brought all of us. Have been kind of indoctrinated and trained in this thing by using these words to trigger all the way through on whatever channel or religion or belief system we've got. And now you've got all these opposing belief systems by design, all dumped in the same area, like the lands of England, Wales, and Scotland, knowing what's going to happen here. When reality is, every single one of those people and every single one of those religions, every single person on the left and right, there's not one person with a different goal, essentially, that they all want to be left alone to do what they want, wherever that may be, and just be left alone within their belief values and everything else. Although, obviously, the extreme version sounds like Plislam. Like the extreme version of them, obviously, they're on some mission to take over the world. So I'm trying it.
Well, to be
But
fair,
again,
even the Bible says the Third World War will be between the Christians and the Muslims.
yeah, but so two seconds, right? Because with that, there's literally footage out there of the rabbis explaining that they're using the Muslims as a broom to clear the way. That's what they're doing. The Muslims have been used by, it rhymes with moose, begins with J. And they're being used by them, who happen to be all the bankers as well. But weird that. Only kicked out of over 109 countries, over 1,000 times.
Mm.
I can't imagine there's a problem.
Even
So,
Hitler had one of the. Even Hitler got rid of them.
well, he was the only man in history to arrest a Rothschild. I think he's probably in the club as well, because this is one big club going on that's going on for ages on some thing that has to roll out where we don't know who's good and who's bad, and people we perceive as good might be bad, and people we perceive as bad might be good,
They're all
and it's all
players.
crazy and all messed up, and who knows? And that does full circle into just making sure we're doing the work on ourselves to put our 10 pence worth into the collective consciousness, because we've got to be careful.
Nice one, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day. I've really enjoyed having a little chat, putting the balls to rights. I hope everyone watching this has enjoyed it. And yeah, until next time, look after yourselves, focus on the good things, and I'll see you all again soon.